Hey everybody, this is TJR. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If not, welcome back. And I wanted to talk about a news story that just keeps popping up in my feed over the last few days. Recording artist Beyonce is going to be re-recording a track from her new album entitled Renaissance. The song is entitled Heated, and she's doing this in response of receiving criticism from disability advocates for her use of the word spaz and spazzing. The claim is that the use of this word is ableist or derogatory to the mentally disabled. And again, in response, Beyonce has announced that she will re-record the track with different lyrics because of this, online anger and outrage. Now, I personally was never aware of the fact that the term spaz was a derogatory term for the disabled. But having said that, I also want to state that just because I'm not aware of it doesn't mean that it's not true. But growing up, the word spaz meant nerd or dork, geek, someone like me. And it could also be used to refer to someone who is really uptight. I remember we would say things like, don't be a spaz and don't spaz out. So after reading this, I decided I should listen to the song. I'll look at the lyrics, and I'm just going to read the bit of lyric here that's in question. The lyrics read, spazzing on that ass, spaz on that ass. Those were the original lyrics. I've noticed that some websites have already changed them to what will be the re-recorded lyrics. At one time, not too long ago, the term retarded was meant to be a more polite word to use in lieu of, say, words like moron or imbecile. But now the word retarded has become derogatory towards the mentally disabled. And I think that began when we started converting the word retarded into the slang word retard. And for that reason, I can understand why people don't like the word now, and why using the word mentally disabled is more appropriate. And this serves as an example as to why how we perceive words is always going to change and always going to evolve. Within the context of this song and its lyrics, it appears that the word spaz and spazzing is being used to describe either sexual activity or a sexual reaction. Now, if I'm wrong, please correct me, but that's how this reads to me. If I'm right, to claim the use of this word within the context of this song as being derogatory to the disabled, to me becomes ridiculous. Describing physical reactions to sexual activity as spasm-like is not untrue. Or to quote Robin Williams, we all kind of look like Goofy when we are having sex. Using the word spaz in this context makes the claim, in my opinion, ridiculous. Now, with that said, I want to state there is nothing wrong with being sympathetic to people who are disabled. And it may be that Beyonce wants to avoid cancel culture, outrage, but it may also simply be that she genuinely feels sympathy for the disabled and doesn't want to hurt their feelings. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that. But with all that said, I wish she wouldn't do this. I think it sets a bad precedent for artistic expression. Now, if the song's lyrics even remotely alluded to the mentally disabled, then I could understand the concern for the outrage. I still wouldn't censor the song. That's a whole nother ball of wax. Maybe I'll talk about that at a later time. But I could understand the outrage. But the lyrics in this song have nothing to do with that. The context isn't there. Many words over the decades, in fact, even over the centuries, have taken on different meanings and different submeanings. And I think the word spaz over the last 40, 50 years is indicative of this. There is nothing within the lyrics of this track entitled Heated that even remotely relate or speak to the mentally disabled. And again, if there was, you could make an argument, but the context is not there. So this expression of outrage has no argument to stand on. At some point during video discussions like this, we all think to ourselves, well, if it were me, I would do the following. But the truth of the matter is it's not you, it's her. I also know that this is the point where I'm expected to say, well, if it were me, this is what I would do. And you can't discuss this sort of thing and criticize it without offering your own solution. So at this point, I do have to say, if this were me, this is what I would do. But again, I want to stress, Beyonce is not me. She is her, and she needs to do what she thinks she needs to do. But if it were me, I would probably issue a statement, something along the lines of, I am sorry you feel this way. It was not my intent to offend you or to offend the mentally disabled. My song has nothing to do with the mentally disabled. And I didn't use this word within the context that you're speaking of. That was not the intention of the word. I do appreciate you bringing this to my attention, and I will endeavor to do better in the future. But I would not change the song. I would just leave it as is. Again, this is what I would do, but Beyonce is not me. There is one other observation that unfortunately I do have to bring up when discussing this topic, because I know if I don't, someone will call me out for not. And what I'm about to say is completely speculative and very cynical. There is the possibility that both she and her record label chose to respond in the way that they have because doing so would drive record sales, CD sales. Her fans would want to get both versions, and they did it because it was financially beneficial. Again, this is completely speculative, and it is extremely cynical. I hope that's not the reason, but it is another reason why I wish she wouldn't do it, because there will be a large part of the internet that will think that. I guess Beyonce is going to do what she is going to do, and she may be doing it because she feels it's the right thing to do in her heart, but I wish she wouldn't. I don't like seeing artistic expression curtailed in this way. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours. Whether you agree with me or disagree with me, please express your opinions in a civil way and try not to return outrage with more outrage. Anyways, looking forward to hearing what you have to say. As always, if you like what I do here, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. A big thank you to my Patreon supporters who help me make more videos. Patreon supporters receive exclusive weekly videos not available here on the channel, and they sometimes receive select videos in advance of the channel. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all stay safe and healthy. Bye-bye.